Hello there. Uh, so I want to explain something to somebody, to anybody who's ever dealt with this kind of experience. So credit card fraud in the United States is is not what you think it is. What credit card fraud entails is that you are the victim of identity theft, right? Um, and that can happen to people in a way, but it's not what you think it is. Identity theft is most likely committed by somebody in your direct family who has access to your medical records, to your educational records, and also to your information systems regarding times used, email addresses, um, bank accounts that you've set up. So the condescending fact is that people think that they're being spied on by people who are in the government or people who are higher ups. And the thing is, it's never a higher up person. It's never anybody with a lot of power, a lot of money. Nobody like that would ever commit that kind of crime. So what happens usually is somebody in your direct family, somebody who adopted you, has had access to a medical record um, history, and also this happens more likely to people who receive supplemental income and disability benefits. The reason why is because you can track your bank account statements, and you can also track through Social Security. You can track if you've been receiving benefits for a while. Okay, so recently I found out that I had already been receiving benefits. The only reason that I have possession of the bank card is because I applied for the benefits. So in my case, what I think happened, I'm not going to say this for sure because I don't like sounding like a snitch or like somebody who's empathetic. I think there was somebody in my childhood that had known about me, and they were aware of the medical extensive surgeries that I had to go there. There is a file, but it's closed file. The reason why the file is closed is because of what happened to the person in a prison setting in jail. Actually, he never went to prison. Why? Why do you think that is? Is it because he was like he behaved himself and got off the charges? No, it's because the cops, being morons, put this guy in jail with a bunch of these like scummy faggot Norteños who thought it'd be funny to make this guy have sex with another dude in jail, this big serial killer, right? So basically, I don't consider it rape, but it's a coerced sexual sadist act of like forming them into a prison bitch or a punk, right? It's like, oh hey dude, well you did that child, so I think maybe I should get to like fuck you in the ass and then and also mutilate your genitals and make you into like a punk bitch. And that's what justice is in that system, right? Well, it's not justice for me. Here's why: because my benefits, all my disability benefits I've been getting since I was like fucking 12, were used by that guy to buy heroin. They're also used by a sadist narcissistic creep who also had their genitals mutilated. They used to go by Susan Garcia. They're dead. Okay, they're not alive. So it doesn't matter who that is. Their real name is Alan W. Rolla. Okay. Also, they were also used by a person named Samantha. Samantha's real name is Arnold. Now, what happened to Samantha was this: when Samantha was 8 years old, Samantha did something very naughty to a 3-year old. It wasn't because she's like a racist. It's because they were high on a bunch of morphine and mescaline, and their dad was really creepy, and they were doing sick stuff to them. And they went to this like little fucking like kitty like psychopath rage where they're like they had like a contusive brain injury. So basically, what they did is this little 3-year old was put in a coma for 4 months because of what happened. Now, Samantha's real father, John Hernandez, right? I don't mean like this dude's dead. If your name is John Hernandez, just realize that you will probably have a sex offender or a serial killer or some kind of piece of shit associated with that name. Okay, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of Michael Garcias out there, but I'm pretty sure there's only one Eleanor Yovich. I don't like the name Michael Garcia. It's because it's so broad and so big. It makes it sound fucking stupid. That last name Yovich, it means nothing. There's only one fucking family with that name. They're like the purest bred people in the world. So with identity theft, it's usually a family crime, is what it is. And usually, what they've done is they go out and they use your expenses without you knowing it. And the only way you can get this information, see transferred, only way you get your benefits transferred over to your individual, to your body, is if you actually go and file for disability benefits. Now, the thing is, Social Security is not responsible for federal crimes, okay, or for crimes that are conducive to a person being say methodically ripped off. Now, what can happen is this: there are cases where sometimes people are able to access your benefits if they access your benefits through using a mobile banking app that you associate with your debit card or credit cards. It only works on debit cards. So what happens basically is that they get access if they find your phone. They can get access to that information system um, if they contact your debit card company, not the banks. The bank won't give the information out. Now, so basically, what they do is they have to associate an email address and a phone number. And what they can do is they go on your bank, your debit card website, right? And they can change the email address and the phone number because all you have to do is supply the debit card company with an email address and phone number associated. So what they can do is they can switch that over to where they're able to access your benefits, but not for that long. Because what happens is they will find out. The debit card company will find out that's being used fraudulently because they do check the locations where the card is being used, or where the bank is where your monetary funds are being like sort of stolen. So and also were they ever used in a transaction history that's seems relevant or seems logical, so they can shut that off. Okay, sometimes you have to block your card. The only thing you can do is block your card so no one can use it. And then you have to go to Social Security and you have to ask them, if you're getting disability benefits, you have to ask them to contact the bank, and you have to ask them to wire your transfer funds to a new bank account, because that means that your bank account, whatever, is now fraudulent in the eyes of the debit card company. So they will no longer let you or anybody else use that card number or access the account. Okay, so it happened to me recently, and I was like, look, dude, I'm a little pissed off right now because I can't access my funds, but they're there. But I'm like, okay, cool. Okay, I guess I'll go to Social Security then. I guess I'll go there and I'll explain to them, like, I don't care. The worst kind of people in the world are mescaline addicts who have no empathy for people who are they're not psychopathic. What they are pissant pedophile morons who want you to do stuff for them without your remorse. You know what psychopath means? Psychopath means that you're psychoanalytical to basically pave a way through humans to go and like say, no, you're dumb, you're ugly, I know you are, you're fat, you're gross, you're a thief. Good for you. I don't care what you think. Sociopathic people are antisocial in no way. Sociopathic people just do what they want because they're never shown any love through manipulation of mental health, internal drive. They're not going to be nice to you. And disabilities are not what you think they are. My disability is that I had to go through a fucking surgery when I was a little baby, and I was also classified as something that I never was supposed to be classified as. The thing is, never ever speak to any of these people again, because there are people who use gang stalking. Never ever talk to me if you are somebody who gang stalks people when you're high on mescaline. Why? Because my IQ is way higher than yours, and my IQ is sentimentally enraged to do things that are narcissistically driven. I don't like you because you have a predisposed pervert brain with no empathy for people who are traumatized in an internal drive to force themselves out and do stuff that goes against their will or their asking or their doing of self-conductive confidence. It's formulated out of empathy training, but it's not going to work if it's you. You're never going to get anything from anybody because you lie to people and you lose control. Now, if I told you that people can actually use your monetary funds that you receive due to being sexually assaulted, if you are somebody who is assaulted before a certain age and you have to go through a surgery when you're a baby, okay, that physically changes a certain body part, then you will receive benefits shortly after you go through that surgery, because you are classified as a disabled person, especially if you are put in a coma for 1 whole year, and especially if you are shot or injected full of things that your body cannot really handle. What happens to children below the age of about 4 years old who have to go through morphidone treatments and testosterone treatments? They develop a psychopath gene in no way. They develop a psychotic break in no way. They develop a severe brain injury and they cannot function or be correlated. I am not autistic. I'm not analytically psychopathic, and I'm definitely not somebody who has Asperger's. What I am is somebody with a conductive brain injury, a conducive brain stemming injury, a seizure disorder, and also somebody who also gained higher intuitions and quotients by doing stuff that was illegal. Okay, in the eyes of retards. I don't care what you think, but all I'm going to say is this. If you're somebody who has the audacity to go and get surgeries on your body, like a gender reassignment surgery, I guess, or a sex change, with somebody else's benefits that were supposed to be for that person to receive since they were a little baby, and also supposed to be used to conduct a surgery for themselves that they needed, and you have been using those benefits to go and get your family surgeries and to get yourselves surgeries. Well, I don't know. Give me back. I'm not even gonna talk to you. Give me back everything that you stole from me, okay? Because now I'm not dumb. You do know that, right? What do you think I was gonna come here and be conductive? I've been here the whole time. I'm not been dormant. I already know everything. I was basically the victim I was a victim of fraudulent family crime. That basically was stating like this. They said because of what happened to their cousin in jail in prison, and because of how I guess fairly I was treated by the medical system, and how I was only one person, it would be better if they used my benefits to give those surgeries to people who don't deserve them. They don't deserve them because their families are crackhead cocksucking little kids. In no way. They're not little kids. When I say that, it sounds kind of gross, but what I mean basically is like they have this laughy kind of like fun time with putting people in dirt. They don't care about human life. They never cared if I had any surgery done or if I was forced to live in this like weird like identity where no one really gave a shit. Your worst fear is that you have no ability to be smart or translucent, so you have to say shit to people like his worst fear is being like my worst fear isn't anything, dude. My worst fear is nothing. My worst fear is nothing. Shut the hell up. My worst fear is nothing. You stop talking to me like fucking creeps. This stupid ass idiot keeps saying that I have a fear or something. Like a fear of what? I might be irritating you stupid motherfucker. I'm definitely not scared of you. Fear? What fear? You're fearful. You can't even go to a city. You can't sleep outside. You can't eat shit food without dying or something. I don't know. You can't make yourself something like important. You can't do anything. The person who adopted me when I was about 10 years old was using my disability benefits since I was like 13 years old. And they gave me like some of the money. But you know what they did with that money? They gave it to a bunch of weirdos who don't have any empathy. So now there's this like kid with alcohol fetal syndrome who's like 27, who used to have a cleft lip and used to have a vagina. Now they have a penis, and now they're super retarded, and they want like me to give them the money so they can sit there and pay for their surgery they had, because they had surgery done. It's not gender reassignment. It's I don't know what do you think the technical term is? Okay, I don't call it anything, because you were never born a man. So how the fuck does that make sense? Gender reassignment. So how does that work? I mean, all I'm gonna tell you is don't ever touch anybody. Okay, since you're a man now, you can't say shit that's fucking weird. Okay, you can't act all like lovey dovey and like cuddly and shit. It's okay if you're like a mentally challenged like girl with a cleft lip. You can cuss out and go like, oh my god, Cynthia, I think you're cute. It's not gonna work like that when you have a penis, dude, or whatever. If I was you, I'd go get a leg surgery and pay for it yourself, not with my money. Don't use my benefits, my disability with that. You know. There's also another person who got something done too, but I don't know. Oh, it was my benefits that they were using. Good for you. You got surgery to make it so you don't have a gap in your tooth or whatever. Like, I know that must really suck. Well, at least you didn't let like your teeth rot out, like because you're psychotic or like brain injured. Also, you didn't like, I don't know, go and like screw over yourself on this like conducive like form of like illogical compulsive behavioral patterns. For sure, you're not like an addict who drinks too much alcohol or watches porn. Also, pretty much you have a dick in real life, but just because you had that surgery does not make you a woman. Nice try. Don't talk to me ever again. You don't have a right to have a penis, really, but I mean, good for you. I think that maybe that's better that happened to you, because you don't have a right to have that body part. I mean, yeah, you have a right to have the other one because women are whatever that body part, and then men, according to them. Uh, so look, I don't care about you, or you don't care about me, but right now I'm in the process of getting my funds transferred over to a different debit card. So they have to contact the bank, they have to contact the bank, and the bank has to do this thing where they transfer funds to a new debit card, and I have to wait like, I don't know, maybe like a couple days or whatever. To get access to my account. So what I think happened, I'm pretty sure this happened. Someone accessed my mobile banking app, and what they did is actually not like a mobile app for the bank. It's a mobile app for the card, do direct express. And what they did is they actually switched the email, because I'm pretty sure I used my email when I set the account in the original place. And I think someone found out what my account was, and they went and decided it's okay to like take out a little bit of money. I was like, okay, dude, have fun with that. Yes, whatever. Anyways, thank you. And just remember, identity theft, credit card, debit card fraud is usually committed within inside family routine. Don't listen to all these motherfuckers who tell you that gang stalkers are like IT technicians. That's what they are. They are masculine addicts who are sociopathically inclined to fuck people over because their brains are so disabled they can't even look at humans like humans. They look at them like they're pets, but not like the cool pets. It's like the creeps who want like to tie like cat's tails and like who want to like sit there and like poke like fucking frogs with sticks. Those kind, and they're like all gacked out, gassed up in their head, and they're like, can we get like money from him? Like, oh, we get the money and then we can like maybe access his account and get his money. Like, that's so fucking stupid. Like, please don't ever try to rob for me ever again.